Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Roman Reigns transcended professional wrestling to a wider audience through his work in WWE. However, things were not always going great for the man behind the character, Joe. For years, Vince McMahon and his band of creatives tried to push Roman strongly, only for fans to reject him. Reigns played college football, where he met Ettore Ewing, better known by the latter's ring name. Big E. Joe was a defensive tackle for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, while Ettore was a defensive lineman for the Iowa Hawkeyes. In a recent appearance for IGN, Big E revealed he and Roman have a 14-year friendship. He reminisced about their time working out at John Cena's gym together before Reigns became the tribal chief of WWE. Big E and Roman Reigns were also together during their developmental days in WWE, training daily and working shows on the weekends. In 2021, Big E and Roman Reigns were the world champions of their respective brands. They locked horns at Survivor Series in a champion versus champion match, in which the tribal chief emerged as the victor. A month later, Big E lost the WWE title to Brock Lesnar. Unfortunately for the former New Day star, his in-ring career was deeply affected in March 2022 after a freak accident. Since then, he has only appeared in non-wrestling capacities due to a cervical fracture. At the time of this writing, there is no word on whether Big E will ever step foot inside the squared circle for a match again. He is not cleared to wrestle. The world of professional wrestling is a dynamic one, constantly evolving with new stars emerging and established legends solidifying their places in the history books. But behind the cameras, in the locker rooms, and on the road, there's a different side of the business. One where personal relationships, bonds, and shared experiences play just as vital a role as the scripted rivalries and athletic feats that fans see on TV. One such relationship is the deep, multi-layered bond between a semi-retired former WWE champion and the reigning face of the company, Roman Reigns. This connection goes far beyond the bright lights of the WWE universe. It's a story of mentorship, respect, friendship, and shared experiences that has unfolded over years, both inside and outside the ring. In this rare, exclusive interview, the former WWE champion opens up about his relationship with Roman Reigns, revealing insights into their personal and professional journey together. A champion's journey, the rise of a legend. Before delving into the details of his bond with Roman, let's take a brief look at the life of the former WWE champion himself. Known for his unmatched charisma, athleticism, and larger-than-life persona, the semi-retired WWE superstar achieved everything that a wrestler could dream of. From headlining WrestleMania to winning multiple world championships, he was, at his peak, the face of the company, just as Roman Reigns is now. However, as is often the case in the wrestling world, the highs and lows come quickly, and even the most decorated superstars eventually face the question of when to step back. The former WWE champion's career saw its fair share of defining moments, and through it all, Roman Reigns played a subtle yet crucial role in his journey. The beginning of their connection. The relationship between the two men began during a critical period in both of their careers. Roman Reigns, then a young and rising star, was still finding his footing in the WWE. Despite his impressive lineage, he was the son of Sika Anoa'i, a member of the legendary Anoa'i wrestling family. He was still considered a relative newcomer, trying to establish his identity in the ring. I remember the first time I saw Roman, he was part of the Shield, and they were making waves. I could tell immediately that there was something special about him, says the former WWE champion, reflecting on their first encounters. You don't just stumble into that kind of presence. He was already carrying himself like a champion, even though he was still relatively new to the mainstream WWE spotlight. At the time, the former WWE champion was entrenched in his own storylines, but he couldn't help but take notice of the young Samoan powerhouse. Roman, who had been thrust into the spotlight as part of the Shield, quickly gained a reputation as one of the most promising wrestlers in the industry. But it was the semi-retired champion who would soon play a pivotal role in shaping Roman's future, both as a performer and as a person. I saw Roman's potential right away, and I think he knew that I saw it. It was never about being a mentor or anything like that initially, the former WWE champion admits. But I knew I could offer him something, some advice, some guidance, or maybe just a different perspective on how to handle everything that was coming his way. The mentorship begins. Though the former WWE champion was already at the peak of his career, he never hesitated to take Roman under his wing. In the locker room, they would exchange stories, talk shop, and discuss the rigors of life as a WWE superstar. But the mentorship went beyond just wrestling techniques and strategies. The semi-retired champion's wisdom came from years of navigating the ups and downs of the business, something that Roman would later come to value deeply. I had already been through the ringer, he says with a knowing smile. Roman was still figuring things out, and I could see him dealing with the pressure. The media, the fans, the backstage politics. It's all a lot to handle when you're thrust into the position he was in. The former champion recalls one moment in particular when they were both at a crossroads in their careers. Roman was struggling with the pressure of being the face of WWE, and the former champion could see it in his eyes. He was always tough, but you could tell there were moments when he was unsure. And I think that's when our bond really started to form, he says. I told him, don't ever lose sight of who you are, Roman. The fans can love you or they can hate you, but at the end of the day, you have to be true to yourself. That moment would become a defining principle for Roman Reigns, one that would guide him as he faced numerous challenges in his career. The advice not only helped him navigate the pressures of being the top star in the company, but it also set him on a path toward becoming the self-assured, confident leader of WWE that fans see today. Roman's growth, a reflection of guidance. As Roman Reigns ascended the ranks, the bond between him and the semi-retired former WWE champion grew stronger. But it wasn't just the advice and mentoring that shaped Roman's career. It was the example set by the former champion's work ethic, attitude, and overall approach to the business. Roman was always good, but he had to learn how to be great. There's a difference between being a good wrestler and being a great wrestler, says the former WWE champion, who was known for his impeccable in-ring ability and his ability to tell compelling stories. What I think sets Roman apart now is that he's not just a good performer. He's an all-around storyteller. He's learned to command the ring, command the audience, and command respect. Roman's evolution is something that both fans and peers alike have witnessed firsthand. But the former WWE champion believes that the real turning point in Roman's career came during his lengthy and often tumultuous battle with leukemia. A battle that led Roman to step away from WWE for a period of time. That was the moment when everything changed for him. The semi-retired champion says, his voice turning more solemn. Roman was forced to step away from everything. The wrestling, the spotlight, the travel. He had to fight for his life, and that was a battle that no one could predicted. It was during this time that the former WWE champion reached out to Roman, offering support not only as a colleague, but as a friend. I stayed in touch with him during that time, checked in on him. We're family after all. And when Roman came back to the ring, there was a fire in his eyes that I had never seen before, he recalls. It was like he was reborn, but this time he was operating on a different level. He was ready to be the Roman Reigns that fans were always meant to see. The long hiatus and subsequent return marked the beginning of the most defining chapter of Roman Reigns' career. His transformation into the tribal chief, a character that exudes power, dominance, and authority, came at a time when the WWE Universe needed a leader, and Roman filled that role like no one else could. A relationship that survives the spotlight. What is remarkable about the relationship between the semi-retired former WWE champion and Roman Reigns is how it has survived the ever-changing landscape of WWE. In a business where alliances are forged for the sake of storylines and rivalries often shift from week to week, their friendship has remained a constant. The one thing I admire about Roman is that he never forgot where he came from, the former WWE champion says. There are a lot of guys who get to the top and forget the people who helped them along the way. But Roman never did that. He's always made time for the people who were there for him. And I think that says a lot about his character. As a semi-retired figure, the former WWE champion doesn't appear on WWE programming as frequently as he once did. However, he still keeps a close eye on the company, and his admiration for Roman is clear. Roman is the guy right now. He's the face of the business, and I couldn't be prouder of what he's done. For his part, Roman Reigns has spoken openly about the guidance he received from the former WWE champion. In interviews, he's often referenced the lessons he's learned, not just as a performer, but as a man. "That's my brother, no question about it," Roman has said. "He's always been there for me, whether it was advice, support, or just keeping me grounded. I owe a lot of who I am today to him." Legacy in the future. As the former WWE champion reflects on his career and the bond he shares with Roman Reigns, there's a sense of fulfillment that comes with seeing his protege achieve the success he always believed Roman was capable of. But there's also an acknowledgement of the future, a future where Roman will continue to lead the charge, and the former champion will remain a steady presence in his life. "I've had my time, and now it's Roman's time," the former WWE champion says with a smile. "But that doesn't mean I'm gone. I'll always be around, supporting him in whatever way I can." For Roman, the bond with his mentor and friend is one that will last long beyond the wrestling ring. There's a certain respect we have for each other, but at the end of the day, we're family, Roman says, his voice soft but sincere. And that's what really matters. The story of their long-standing relationship is one of mentorship, growth, and the understanding that, in the world of professional wrestling, the true champions aren't just the ones who win the titles. They're the ones who build lasting legacies, both inside and outside the ring. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.